Hello Sagittarius, how are you all? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all my Saggy friends here with me today. We are going to do your monthly August tarot spread. We'll see what messages we can get from my Sagittarians out there. As with all these general YouTube messages, they are general. That means not everything I say is going to resonate with all you out there, and that's totally fine. Please never force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario. Be open to receiving new messages, but ultimately I want you to take away messages for your best and highest good, and you will know intuitively what those are. If you are seeking more clarity or additional messages in what I present, feel free to check out that Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. There will be a link in the description box below. It'll help you generate your birth chart if you don't know how that works. Check that out if you're interested. Other than that, everything else you're going to want to know will be written in that description box below, including the decks I am using, as well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Drop a like, share, subscribe where you can. I would appreciate it. It helps get these messages out to those who want to hear them and who need to hear them. And that is my ultimate goal here. All right, so without further ado, we're going to hop into Sagittarius's reading. We'll start off with a healing oracle card for you. For Sagittarius, what do they need to hear? What is their healing card for Sagittarius? Happy summer and happy Leo season to everyone out there. Cross watchers are welcome, and as always, feel free to swap around the characters in the story here. Sometimes it kind of goes the opposite way, so whatever your story is. Patience. All right. That is the card that we are going to keep in mind as we go through your reading here today. The 2 and the 3 make 5. So 5s are an imbalanced number. They're the agents of chaos, I once heard. 5s are a tricky energy. So yeah, weathering the storm is what's coming through here. But knowing that ultimately there is something greater at hand, something greater at work. It's all part of the master plan, if you will. And 5 is the card of the Hierophant. So spirituality, having faith that you're going to get through maybe this difficult time, if that's what you are experiencing. Or patience in waiting to hear from something or from someone, or feeling that it's the right time to do something. Patience. All right. So heart of your spread, Sagittarius, is, I feel like you guys get this card all the time. Releasing of burdens. It is one of your cards. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Putting down what doesn't serve you. Being able to cut ties with projects or responsibilities that are no longer in alignment with what you really are desiring in life. In this case, it is happy in that it's the closing out of a cycle. It's the ending of a difficult process or a difficult task, something that took a great amount of effort and energy. And I am getting exhaustion, right? It's sort of finally being able to put something behind you that, yeah, it's no longer going to be an obstacle in your path to something greater. And that may have required a lot of patience for you to get through this and sort of prove your own strength to yourself. That's what I'm getting here, Sagittarius. So what is crossing this? And some of you may not be in a state where you are releasing it yet, but what I'm getting is that some of you may be on the cusp of that. If it's coming up at the heart of your spread, it means like it's in the forefront of your mind, right? So then you have the 10, this is the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, Sagittarius, I like that. And that is one of your cards. It's Jupiter energy, right? It's the idea of expansion, of growing. But a changing of the tides, a changing of fate, destiny, like the changing of the clocks, changing of the guards. Some of you may be moving or switching career paths or jobs, leaving a person behind. And if that's the case, it's like you're finally standing up for yourself and what you believe in. It's coming into your own power, actually. It's expanding outside it's almost 8 of Swords energy. You're expanding outside the barriers you once put yourself in. And it's not so much mental, it's physical expansion. It's physical growth. And so, I mean, that could be your bank account. That could be your world, your life, your relationships, something. I'm just getting, it's so big. It's so massive and big to handle. You're having to let go of things to make room for the new. That's really cool, Sagittarius. I like that a lot. Now, all in good time, right? It's not going to happen instantly. We know that. It's going to require patience. But yeah, a stroke of good fortune, of good luck. But here's the thing. It's you're getting paid what is owed to you, what is due to you, because you've put in the effort, you've done the work, you've taken the action. This isn't a destiny and luck stumbling upon a 4-leaf clover and suddenly, your life changes overnight. No, you've worked for this good fortune. It's almost like the universe is paying you back for everything that you've had to fight for. For energies or things that you've had to battle against, maybe fighting your own demons, or toxic energy of others, you've taken the initiative and action to put a halt to what doesn't serve you. And so it's like the universe, destiny, however you want to look at it, they're rewarding your efforts with good fortune. Beautiful. So in your subconscious, oh my goodness, is that the 10 of Cups? Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, joy, elation, love. It's a card of beauty, of happiness, wishes coming true, dream scenarios that have only been fantasized in your head. I'm getting working to make them a reality. Again, this is long term. It's a 10, right? 10s are the ends of cycles. You're working towards a greater cycle, leaving behind things that don't serve you so you can get more in alignment with all your dreams coming true. This could be building a family. It could be a career that brings you true joy and happiness. That it's like you put your love out into the world for others to see. A pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, Sagittarius. It's like you're leaving treasures, or it's something interesting. You're leaving secrets and surprises for others to discover. It's almost like geocaching. I don't know if any of you have heard of that or have done that. But that's kind of Sagittarian energy, going on like epic adventures and figuring out puzzles and pieces. And there's like a fun reward or prize at the end. But ultimately, it's about the experience more than it is like the token at the end. Some of you may be involved in something like that. I was getting like Indiana Jones action adventure. Very interesting. Yeah, it's something that brings you great joy. And so much of it has to do with others feeling that joy and that love and that energy that I think you're just trying to sprinkle out into the world. Some of you may be wanting to start a family, but because this is existing in your subconscious, you guys may not have totally tapped into what this is for you yet, but it exists within you, which is so optimistic and promising. There's something really big inside of you that is a component that's going to bring you great joy and happiness and freedom. I'm getting freedom there too. So what's going on in your past? In your past, you have the 7 of Cups. All right, so options, illusions, decisions, dreams. Let's clarify that. Could be a lot of things. Investing in the wrong things. Now that could be financially, it doesn't have to be. It could be making poor financial decisions or investing in the wrong people emotionally, because it is Cups energy. I believe it's a Scorpio card. Yeah, you may have invested your emotions in the wrong things or people, the wrong projects, the wrong work environments, the wrong lovers. And I'm getting that you put a lot of trust and devotion and time, energy, love into something, and it didn't always pay off in the way you expected. And so there was some reassessment needed here, and that would make sense of what needs to go, what needs to be released, what is more of a burden than it is a source of enlightenment or joy. People who are two-faced is coming through here, snakes. This is not always a negative card, but yeah, I'm just getting like imagery of people who are two-faced or deceitful. People who promised you the world but didn't have any like return on their promises. People who talk the talk but didn't walk the walk. People who promised you, the earth and the sky and the moon and the stars, but in reality they had nothing to offer. And it's not so much money-wise. It could be for some of you, but it has to do with their values, their morals, their ethics. They were deceitful. 2 of Wands. Yeah, somebody led you down a path that ended up being quite destructive. This person may have introduced you to toxic behavior. This person may have been a poor influence on, I do want to say, your naivete, Sagittarius, and no shade, no judgment, but this person may have gotten you involved in unhealthy lifestyles, drugs, drinking, addiction of some sort, or it could have been that because of their lack mentality of the emotions they were not giving back to you, that was an unfortunate side effect, is that you did take on some sort of toxic or negative behavior or patterns to deal with this disappointment. I'm just getting it led you down a stray path, or a, what do you call it? When you go down a path and it's like you're blocked. A dead end, I guess. I don't know if that's the term I'm looking for, but ultimately someone or something ended up being a dead end. But because this card can also speak about illusion and dreams, you didn't see it at surface value. You took people on their word, or what they presented as, but the actual tangible truth of it was, yeah, they led you down a wrong path. And so you may have trust issues because of that, is what I'm getting. Oh, Sagittarius, I'm sorry. That's no fun. All right, so then what are your goals? Your upcoming goals are King of Wands. Wow, I like that. So male or female, this is you, Sagittarius, standing in your truth and in your power, allowing, I'm getting your positive attributes, your beautiful qualities to shine through, despite the burdens or difficult situations that you may have been through, coming out on top. That fire king, right? Creativity, passion, energy, hard work. I always say with the wand suits, they are the work hard, play hard type. So again, whether you're male or female, this king, he does the work. He puts in the effort. He shows that he's willing to take action. But he also is enjoying life. There's a zest and a charisma. He's very fun. He naturally draws the eye. He draws the crowds of people. He's an entertainer of sorts, right? So again, he or she, that's you, Sagittarius. I think you're trying to get back into your power and sit on your throne and sort of, I'm getting command the kingdom. Maybe get back into a power position if you felt like people have taken advantage of you. But really, it's standing in higher vibration. It's not stooping to their level, whatever that means to you. Putting out the garbage, getting rid of like the riffraff, again, the things you don't need in your life that aren't contributing positively. Something about people setting fires, just messy people who are causing chaos and anarchy in your life. It's like you're declaring them like rejected from the kingdom. They're no longer in your space. They're no longer in your environment. You're trying to keep something very, I'm getting like sterile and clean. Being around networks of people that you can trust. And as I said, some of you may be struggling with that, like trust issues. So I would just be careful that you're not isolating yourself to the point of you're overly suspicious of everybody coming in. Let's clarify this for you. I think you're trying to get the fun back in your life, though. Patience, right? It's going to take time. So you have the King of Cups. I love that. Okay, the King of Love. Yeah, and that does sort of go, or is in alignment with getting the fun back. Some of you haven't discovered what this is yet, but this is big. You're sitting on some sort of idea, or I don't know if it's project, or there's a person around you that may bring you great joy. It might be a water sign. This is the card of Scorpio. You do have double kings here. So this could be reuniting with a romantic partnership, particularly if it's double males. It could be a same-sex partnership. It could also be like a best friend as well. And I mean, it can be, you know, male and female as well. I'm just saying there was strong masculine energy coming off here, but it doesn't have to be. It could be reuniting with a father or a brother. There is this idea of youth. Reconciling with I do want to say a parent, grandparent, or somebody who has a more, I want to be careful, I was going to say nurturing energy, but somebody who in your life should have been nurturing and wasn't. This may be reconciliation or repairing a relationship. Being the bigger person is what I'm getting here, being brave, courageous, and strong. We're in Leo season, right? It's all about channeling that inner roar, that bravery, that courage, facing people in your past potentially that have been difficult relationships or potentially a burden on you. And if you're not physically seeing them, it may be metaphorically, emotionally releasing them so that you're not carrying around that burden with you anymore. And it is getting joy and happiness back into your life when things were more innocent and simple, this childlike energy, playfulness, joy. Something about like looking at the world as if you're a kid in a candy store. The world is so full of possibilities and magic and opportunities. Yeah, there's something very sweet and innocent about it. And it's, again, how I was saying, work hard, play hard. It has to do with this play hard of taking advantage of all the wonderful things this world has to offer, which is such a beautiful, beautiful message there, Sagittarius. So what do you have coming in? The Fool. Beautiful. A restart. And that makes sense. You're releasing burdens, and I think you are wanting to start a new cycle that is completely encapsulating what's going to bring you the most amount of joy. How can you maximize joy and happiness in this lifetime, right? I mean, there may be multiple lifetimes, right? Whatever you believe in. But this is starting anew, and something about this path, it's headed towards fate and fortune and destiny. But again, it's this alignment with this youthful, if you will. I don't know if you're connecting with a child or something very sweet and innocent. If it's not literally a child you're connecting with or have a child, it's getting back your childlike innocence or energy and using that to, like, I'm almost getting like rediscover the world, see the world again through very innocent, untainted purity, through fresh eyes, a new perspective, releasing the past, obviously not carrying that around with you. And yeah, yeah, something about untainted purity, not being held back by anything or anyone. You're starting a new journey. You're starting a new adventure. And so these trust issues, I think you are going to, if that you resonate, if that's your story, I think you are getting ready to unpack that and kind of leave it behind. I think you're putting out trust in the world. There is something, and I'll clarify it, but there's a little bit of back and forth of this desire to be naive and joyful the way children are, but children can also be overly trusting. Sorry about that, Sagittarius. I had flowers delivered to my door, which I'm showing you with purpose because I was just going off of that thing about childlike innocence and this purity. This Fool holds this white rose, right? It's about seeing beauty in the world through a child's lens, but it's not to say that you haven't been through some very difficult struggles in your life, because you have. It's, again, choosing the lighter path, choosing, I don't know why I'm saying choosing the road less traveled, choosing to, it's not that you're not acknowledging past deceit and misfortune and heartbreak, whatever that is, but it's choosing to see the good side, choosing to be optimistic. It's choosing to be happy and see joy. And just something about like the simple pleasures in life, the flowers, right? Like picking a flower and smelling it. I don't know, that just seemed really symbolic of everything that just happened. Maybe some of you are gonna get flowers. What else do we need to know about this Fool for Sagittarius? They're from my mommy. Maybe some of you are reconciling with a parent. Seven of Cups. This just came up for, oh, was it Cancer? It may have been for Cancer. This is the idea of the illusion of something appearing very scary and being intimidated to go after it. It's like this little innocent child, more child energy, is hiding behind a rock. This has to do with either facing your demons, or if you are reconciling with someone from the past who maybe caused you a lot of heartbreak or put you through the ringer, whatever that means. This is the idea that it's worse in your head. The feelings you feel when you think about having to be around that person, it almost engulfs you and swallows you up in this dread and this fear. But it's about facing it with, again, that lighthearted, innocent energy. The idea that joy is possible, sunlight, illumination, that's what you're bringing with you. So any kind of dark energy or dark forces, you're going to combat it with light. Light over dark. I'm just getting you're going to win the battle, whatever that means to you. And it may be an internal battle. Some of you may be struggling with depression or something like that. The Fool is, how I was saying, it's choosing to see the better. It's choosing to be lighthearted. It's choosing joy and happiness over sorrow. Yet it's conquering your own demons. It's walking bravely towards what scares you. And recognizing that the idea of fear, it's just an illusion. It's not real. That's what this is. Ooh, Sagittarius, how liberating. This is kind of a cool reading. I'm into it. So your energy, you're presenting as the Queen of Wands. I love it. Okay. So there's that fire energy again. And we already know that your goal is to get back into your power. So if we're looking at this as like steps in the right direction, it's like you're already the queen. So this goal of getting to the king, you're almost there. Some of you may be searching for your divine counterpart, for your pairing. That's not going to be for everyone. But I mean, you do have a divine pairing here, the King and Queen of Wands. But most importantly, this is you embracing the light, embracing the fire, learning who and what stokes your fire. And when I say that, I mean, what makes you shine bright? What brings you joy? So this subconscious of where do I find joy? Where does this rainbow lead? What is my pot of gold? Who do I want in my life? What is my dream job? You're on your way to figuring it out. Again, the wand suit, work hard, play hard. Do the work, but enjoy the process of doing it. And you're already in that energy. And I always say with the Queen of Wands, she's the witch of the deck in a good way. She's magical. She has her magic wand, right? She's alluring, she's intoxicating, she's fun, she's charismatic. This is you, Sagittarius. So if ever you're questioning your own power, don't let fear hold you back, because I'm just getting, you are a powerhouse. You sit on a throne of fire. You are a force to be reckoned with. You got this. And there's such joy here with her sunflower. The idea of rejuvenation, renewal, sunlight, the sun, the light beating the dark, whatever that means to you. This is coming into a much healthier, brighter state of mind. And yeah, maybe your past has been a little bit dark, right? It's coming out of that, though. We know that. You're starting anew. This is a brand new cycle, a brand new journey. And I think a lot of you have been very patient. I think you've been fighting the fight and not giving up, and good for you. Don't give up. Continue to fight. So how others view you is the Two of Wands. So people view you as having multiple options or different paths that you could take, but they also see you as having the world in your hands, right? Some of you may have had conversations with people, or it just may be known that you're thinking of leaving the safety zone, whatever this is. The idea that one wand here is stuck in the ground, it's home, it's the familiar, it's territory that we know, versus this one that's holding in his hand, it is significant or symbolizing action forward, movement forward, into the unknown, into what may scare us, the uncertainty, rejecting the idea of letting fear hold us back and just going wholeheartedly, jumping, taking a leap of faith. That's what I'm trying to say. God, thank you, Spirit. That was a long time. Taking a leap of faith. That's what this is. I think people see you as coming out of your shell a little bit more, coming out into taking more risks, going on new adventures, that Indiana Jones energy. Some of you are about to embark upon this really cool journey. And for a lot of you, I actually do think it does involve physical movement or travel with this wheel, vehicles, forward movement and progression. It's not going to be for everyone, but yeah, there's some sort of like adventure that needs to be had here. Maybe some of you are just getting away because you need to experience joy. This could be taking a much needed rest or vacation for you, right? But knowing, typical Sagittarian energy, it won't be completely just like chilling on the beach. It'll be a little bit of that, but it's going to involve like kayaking or canoeing or mountain climbing, like Indiana Jones energy, right? Male or female, whatever that is. Now, I will say, in the past, you had this idea of sort of deceit, somebody who led you astray or took advantage of you, strung you along, put you down the wrong path. How I was saying, maybe some sort of addiction issues. Something about crossing that bridge and getting back to where you were, getting back to your baseline, recovering in your health, Sagittarius, is sort of what's coming through here. This is your chance to take the other road, the road less traveled, but for you, Sagittarius, it's the road you didn't travel. because I think you got caught up in whatever this was. I'm almost getting, this is your fate, your destiny, right? With the Wheel of Fortune. This is the path you were supposed to take, but in the past, you just got sidelined a bit. And that's fine. It's all part of your learning. It's part of your journey. It's part of your, it was one of the stops along the way towards achieving your ultimate dreams come true, your fairy tale ending. This was a necessary path you had to take, but it may have felt like it was a distraction or an obstacle, because ultimately it was, right? But I'm just getting you're back on the straight and narrow. You're back on the right path. That's how others are seeing you and viewing you. You have the world in your hands. You have a world full of potential. So what is your advice or guidance? Queen of Cups. Love yourself. The Queen of Love. She's very intuitive. She's very, frequently the Queen of Cups is very spiritual. She recognizes her value and puts a lot of faith and stock in her feelings. This is saying get in touch with your feelings. Listen to your heart's desire. And don't be afraid to open up to people again, because yeah, a lot of you kind of got, you got taken in the past, taken advantage of, whatever that is to you. The Queen of Cups, she has a lid, a seal on her cup. It's not just overflowing for anyone to come for the taking. She's very careful with who she gives her love and her energy to. Now there's that, but this is also saying, don't shut yourself up from, do not shut yourself off from opportunities of love, of exchanging emotions with people, even friendship. Because I think we were saying, I think you may be a little bit guarded and defensive, or just really weary of who you're letting into your circle. And that's fine, but not at the expense of missing out on really great opportunities of people who could be in your life. Yeah, your guidance is that it's safe to love again. And your intuition is going to be huge in guiding you in terms of who it is safe to love. If it feels right in your heart, Sagittarius, listen to that. And to that, it's, you know, same advice. If it doesn't feel right, if something's kind of nagging at you or eating away about someone's energy, listen to that. Your intuition is going to be your internal guidance system, okay? Some of you may need to repair a relationship with your mother. That is coming through again, Cancerian energy. Repairing a relationship with a Cancer. Scorpio or Pisces, you know, water energy, water signs. But yeah, it's about love. 9 of Wands. Yeah, the wounded warrior, letting your guard down, and again, repairing a relationship if that's what you're seeking. So much energy of parent-child here. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Don't take it on. But if it's not a parent, it's somebody who may have been older than you, an older sibling. It could even be something like an ex who talked down to you and made you feel like a child. You know, if you're not seeking to reconcile, then don't. But this may be emotionally reconciling those feelings you felt of somebody who may have taken your zest and your passion away. It's reconciling the emotions. It's doing some emotional healing, getting in touch with maybe spirituality. And then let's see, you have 9. I think this is, or no, I'm sorry, what is this? You have the Emperor. Okay. So you might be dealing with an Aries as well. Some of you may be going into business, and that business or job or career or project may have something to do with emotional healing. You may be a leader, a spiritual leader that helps people to cope with their emotions. Some of you may be seeking guidance or counseling, again, to cope with emotions, to let your guard down, to not block yourself off from really great opportunities. And I am kind of getting love here a little bit, especially with either Cancer or Aries. And do you know what's coming through here? Mother and father. The Emperor can be the card of the father, and Cancer is very maternal-like energy. You may be repairing or letting your guard down with mom and dad to fix something from the past, brother and sister, whatever that is to you. This fell out too. The Ace of Cups, yeah, an emotional new beginning, allowing joy and happiness to flow, making sure that your cup, your individual love, your heart, Sagittarius, is overflowing with love before you extend that cup to someone else. It's saying love yourself first. And if whoever this is to, if people in the past didn't show you love, it's up to you to recognize that you deserve to still feel love, to give love, to spread love out into the world. And I think that's what you really want to do. But yeah, you definitely have some energy of needing to forgive. And it may be forgiving yourself. It may have to do with forgiving yourself for allowing toxic people in. You don't need to carry that burden of guilt or shame anymore. So what is the potential outcome here? Yeah, the assessment card, the 7 of Pentacles. So earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It does have to do with assessing what isn't growing in your life, what isn't allowing you to grow, what is holding you back. For a lot of you, it's making amends with a person, or finally releasing them, getting an apology, giving an apology. I would be careful about getting an apology because ultimately that's something you can't control. That has to be authentic and organic from the person. But it may metaphorically be offering an apology to yourself, as I was saying earlier. But yeah, taking stock and assessment of who or what is in your life, and is it bringing you joy? Are you having fun, right? Sorry, guys. Are you having fun? In Leo season, that's been such an important message of, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And you know that, Sagittarius. I feel like that is a Sagittarian energy as well. You're meant to go off and explore new lands and have new adventures. So if there's something or someone holding you back, figure out why, and why are they holding you back? What is holding you back? And can it be released? Because ultimately you control your freedom. It shouldn't be any other person or circumstance in your life. So your essential outcome is taking that assessment, taking that stock. 10 of Cups, Sagittarius. So you had that card twice. Embracing joy. I mean, I'm not going to repeat it all because I just said it, but yeah, looking at your life and deciding what is bringing you joy, what is helping you work towards that fairy tale ending, and what isn't. And if it's not contributing to your happy life and your positive, optimistic outlook, it's time to cut it. It's time to release it and let it go. All right. Let's see. Bottom of your deck is Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about embracing joy, embracing the light, taking a tangible idea and building upon it. And we know it's going to take patience. So hang in there, Sagittarius. Keep fighting the fight. Don't give up. Release these burdens, and you have 2, the double 10s, the cups of joy. Embrace the lightheartedness. Have fun. What makes you happy? All right, that's what I got for you, Sagittarius. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonated, and I will see you guys very soon for more tarot readings. Bye, guys.